gentlemen. Okay. This is a different one. This radio here was sent up by the customer. I don't know anything about this radio. This is a Red Daddy Ditty. I know I'm butchering it. Anyhow, this is a QT40. It's a neat little export radio. PA, FM, AM, sideband, upper lower side, mic gain, power, multi-band, high-low band, built-in echo. It's got 10 kc jump. That's no big deal. Fine, coarse. Okay. The guy sent the radio with the amp, and he thinks that his radio somehow overdrove this amplifier. This is a Master Builder class number 62. I just built this one not too awful long ago, right? So full bias, full sideband. It's got HG 2879 16 D08s in it. Something has gone wrong. Something has gone wrong. We've got a burn-up balance resistor here. And for all you guys in the hater nation that says, it hides in balance. No, they burn up just as easily as the 1 watt or quarter watt or 2 watters. They do produce more smoke. We don't have any open 10 ohm resistors anywhere, right? That's why I've got it hooked up. We're gonna run it here in a second and see exactly how damaged this box is. I have yet to hook this radio up. I don't know anything about it. We're gonna run it here in a minute and kind of get a benchmark on it. The radio seems very light to me. There's no amp board on the bottom, obviously. So at the worst, this could be like a dual final, 100, 125 watt radio. I would think. I don't know. We're going to measure that. I'm having a hard time believing that that radio overdrove this amp. Now maybe the dead key's a little bit too high. Maybe the dead key's at like 10 watts and this thing sat here and cooked itself. I don't know. But let's start here. Okay. Let's start right here. Just had one of my stage lights here quit. That sucks. We're going to boot the FLIR, so we're not going into this blind. I should have started this before I started the video. I apologize. So we're going to start out low. We're going to take our 2950. We're going to run it into the amp. We are going to put... See, this is why I don't care for this damn thing. I love this tool, but I miss my old one I had. Let's see if that boots. Okay. So we'll turn on the peak kit. We're going to put this at 1x. All right. So that's what we're putting into for drive. 10, 15 watts, whatever. 1,000 watt in peak, 1,000 in average, 5 watt in reverse back from the Bird 10,000 watt dummy load. Hello 111. Talk through it with no reflect whatsoever. Hello. Hello. Huh, input tune is up through the roof. What happened? What happened? Are we finally booted? We are booted. Done. And the balance resistor's smoking hot. Hello, audio. These two are working, these two are dead. So our problem is here. Had a couple pills go away, no big deal. Let's go check what we've got going on for bias. Okay, that's right. It's also correct. Okay. Well, no pain, no strain. I'm going to rip this section of the amp apart. Our problem lies right here. So, let's go figure it out. That's all I can say. Pull it apart. Let's go figure it out. We'll do it together, you and me. When we come back, we're going to run that amp or radio, and I want to see what it does. Okay, so the transistors are out. Let's run this through our test mode here. bad. It says diode junction. So the Chinese transistor has died. Happens. So let's go over here and we'll test this one. This one says, okay, so this one says it's got a gain of 27. The highest I've ever had on this Atlas DCA Pro transistor tester has been like in the 40s. So this transistor is still 1000% good. I'm not going to take the time to dig around and find a match for this that I'm going to use parts. I'm going to pull 2 brand new transistors. We're going to go wipe the inside of the pill pockets down, make sure everything's good there. We're going to install the transistor and put the amp back together, and I have a fairly good feeling it's going to work. Just saying. And then we're going to test the radio. If this guy's bad, we're going to throw it in the bag of transistors that I've changed this year. Throw that in a 1-gallon bucket. And we're going to set this one aside. And we'll go over here and we'll pull 2 brand new ones. Watch how hard this is. Simple, easy peasy. Pull 2 brand new ones. We'll get out some white man jizz on these things, thermal compound, and we'll slide them back in the hole. I had to call some people that are more knowledgeable about this radio than me. This is a neat little radio. This is basically an Anytone, from what I've been told. Listen, I don't work on radios, and I don't want to ever work on radios. That's not my thing. I'm not into that, right? So our biggest concern here is, at any point, could we overdrive the amplifier with this radio? And on the surface of things, no, but the possibility is there. Let me explain to you why. So right now we have a 100-watt element, 2 through 30 megahertz element, reading forward. The radio is sitting at 14.8 volts. And we can tell it's not been messed with or modified a lot because of this right here. Hello audio. The ALC compression and all that stuff is still in this radio. From what I understand, it's some kind of service menu that you go into through the front. There are no knobs on the inside of this thing to modify. It's all a programming thing. This is a very small little half board and then a processor interface. So it's a fancy modern radio with the clunky old knobs on the front that we're all used to using. Like, not saying clunky because this is a neat little radio. It does a lot of neat things. There's not enough swing potential to overdrive the amp, that is for sure. So we'll turn the power level to max. And now we're dead keying about 12 watts. Hello audio. We're swinging up to about 28, 30 watts. So the main concern is the dead carrier. How high we have the dead key. So let's go look at that for a second. So this 10 ohm resistor, I went ahead and pulled it out even though from the side that I was looking at didn't have any damage to it. So like we're looking at it from that point of view. I pulled it out and yeah, this 10 ohmers popped. So we just had a transistor fail. Why? It was no failure of anything inside the amplifier. We replaced the balance resistor. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get on the phone with the customer. We're gonna have to have a discussion about what his SWRs are like and that kind of thing. But this radio here is cute. It cannot drive this amplifier enough to overdrive it. So I have the power level, and I thought for sure because the top dead key on this is about 12 watts. Well, there's 12 watts. 12 watts going in equals about 200 watts on the meter. You can see that we've changed now. We're on the 1000 watt slug in 1X. Hello, audio, 1, 2. But I'm telling you, you get a whole lot more performance out of this amp if you figure out how to modify either the ALC setting or have somebody do a negative peak compression mod to this thing. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2. Sometimes we can get close to 500 out of it. This radio can do a lot more. This radio can do like 80 something watts maxed out, 80, 90 something watts maxed out. So let's go ahead. And my biggest concern was that you're able to take your dead key too high. I mean, like if we put this on sideband with a variable power all the way up, we'll turn the sideband delay on. Hello, 1, 2, audio, 500 watts. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2, audio, 500 watts. Okay. There's not enough poop coming out of this radio to overdrive it. So that tells me there's something else wrong in the station that we've got to identify. But the amp is working fine again. So we'll go ahead, we'll take the D-Rel Striker 955 that I've got here, which does 120 watts worth of drive, which is more than 3 times the amount of rated power that this radio is putting out. Turn the amp off, grab Striker, zoom in on watt meter. So here's this radio. Hello, 1, 2, 120, 130 watts, right? So if you swing that much into this amp, hello, audio, 1, 2, we're only getting 800 out of it. Interesting. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's do a little bit more than 800 watts. Huh. Hello, 900. All right. But the input SWR is perfect. 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 So let's say the amp's running fine. I firmly believe there's something else going on with your station on your end. I really do. There's got to be something else. Either that or the amp's not getting enough airflow, or I don't know. But you did pop one transistor, and that's the only problem you had. It's that simple. And let's say we're going to cut this off here. I'm going to run on and go do other things. I'm going to call the customer here real quick and have a chat with him, but at the end of the day, that's where we're at with this amp. It's fixed. Your radio is fine. I didn't open it. I didn't modify it. I'm not doing any of that stuff. It's not what I do. These are not the things that I want to get myself involved in or to be doing. So on that note, Master Builder class number 62 has been repaired and it's ready to go back home to its owner. I say thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Please come find us on Patreon. Come check us out. Come join. I'd really appreciate it. It's what keeps the lights on around here. So on that note, I say I appreciate you. And I think I'm going to start doing x.com. I'm going to go set myself up an account over there. So if you're interested, come over and follow us. It's BBI or Box Builder Idaho. Screen name is BBI. You'll find it right away. I'm only following 2 people, Elon Musk and Prime Minister. So yeah, come follow along. I'll be putting posts up over there as well now too. Okay, on that note, I'm going to run. I got other stuff I got to go do. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, following along, and hanging out with us today. Gentlemen, I am the biggest mud duck in Idaho. And I'll see you. Click, click.